why regularization of land is a necessary part of crime fighting. So that area has had some of the negatives about there is a reality of an attraction to towns like because of the commercial activity, and that attraction has led to an infiltration of persons who might not have been born and bred in that space and might carry cultures that are not equivalent to that in which the persons who were born and bred in the space were. So in general, it is an area of mixed opinions because Method in itself.
Cut! Where's the car?
Is a attractor of persons seeking economic activity through the markets, through the vending space, and Method serves as a basic center of activity for rural pen catching in the same way that Spanish Town serves as a center of activity for urban pen catching. That has called for some persons to be seeking opportunities, criminal opportunities through extortion and the defense of the extortion ring. Again, the police have been quite active and responsive, and I again thank the police in that space for having been able to keep tabs on the activity. In fact, when I had a meeting with the police recently in Water, they indicated that they had only had 2 murders, and this is how quickly these things can spiral, especially if the private is a part of it. And I again share and encourage the police to continue in their efforts to keep a tab on the criminal sprawl that has taken over Jamaica.
Have you been able to speak with any of the affected family members or ascertain the conditions of those who were shot?
It's surprising to say that there was one particular person that called and asked for me to speak to her son. Mm-hmm. She is a family member of the persons just 3 days ago. And I'd sought the effort of the police to find the young man and have a conversation. I have been trying to call her all morning, and as you know, names are not in Jamaica always specific to your government name. So I am incapable to say if she was one of the unfortunate victims, because she might be called Stacey and her name is Nicole. Mm-hmm. So when I get to the community today, I will specifically find that person, because I've been trying to contact her with no success.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Crawford, for coming on and providing us with the updates that you've been able to ascertain so far. We'll try to reach out to you at another point throughout the day to hear if you have indeed made contact or found the person that you're speaking of, as well as to hear more about what you've been able to ascertain on the ground in relation to this unfortunate incident.
Yes, thank you. I'm just jumping off my children and then I get down to the space, but I also again want to say that I'm grateful to the police in the space, St. Catherine in particular, but the linked Yorktown police who have been able to keep the pressure tabs off. And this is an unfortunate reflection that discredits their work, but they have been quite active engaging communities and preventing this from happening generally.
Damon Crawford, the MP for Northwest St. Catherine. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
We're going to speak some more on this matter of the shooting incident in Commodore. 8 people shot, 5.
Joshua.
Good morning, sir. God bless you.
Over the last couple of weeks, you have comrade Bridget of mine. I call him the Bridget, Daniel. He just one, me a single him out, but him not the only one, but me a single him out. Who has been sitting on his platform with people like Dino, Extreme Beauty, Excellence, Alvaro, Hugh Blair, and all of these guys, and a couple more, I can't remember all of them here. And their job over the last couple of weeks has been to beat down the police force. because there was a questionable shooting incident that involved the police. And I for one, I always say let the authority that is charged with investigating police shooting, let it do its investigation and the chips fall where they may. But one of them claim, Joshua, is that, oh, we are kill off youths. And we have prime minister, we are sending out police go murder youths, and the youths them must be brought in. Now, them set a gunman here we got Commodore last night. And even though there was our 5-year-old picnic in the place, it never softened them heart. They said, make me come back one next day when the picnic are there. And people like them there, them sit down on social media every day and defend. Them same drunkard who when them go, them not care who. That's who these people sit down every day on social media and defend. I tell police, the police must carry them in when they catch them. Police must have pity upon them. I was hoping before me even go live, I was hoping to see if they were gonna be live today. Or if they were live now to hear. If them have any sense of remorse, knowing that these are the kind of people where them sit down on live and defend every day, police must give them a blind. When the prime minister said meet the judge, are your maker, are people like them there who went into a community and regardless of the age, it no soften them heart one bit. I have not heard Jamaican for justice on this. I have not heard the PMP spokesperson and justice or the PMP, any other representative come out to speak on this. But when my prime minister said, either you meet the judge or you meet your maker, that is what them have a problem with. But not one of them have shown any sense of concern about one 5-year-old that is being killed and an 11-year-old that is now battling for life. What did the 5-year-old do that make them deserve to be shot? What did the 11-year-old do? I wonder, Joshua, if I go to the same level of concern about these. Or are they going to find a way to come and say, are the Prime Minister fault? Because them say meet the judge and Jamaica, the people them get killed now. This incident in Commodore last night was not a shootout. And never man and man meet up with gun and shootout. These are people who went into an area and opened fire. Just walk into an area and open fire. If you no wonder why we feel musical for morning, because of this. You know, sit well with me. It don't sit well with me when I hear something like this happen. So I normally use music to calm the spirit. Right. But these are the people that we have to get rid of out of our society. People like them, they will not have no heart. They don't have no feelings. They don't have no sympathy. But you have PMP supporters who sit on the line every day and defend them. Yes, when you take a stand against the JCF, you're taking a stand for that kind of brutality. When you speak against the police force, you're speaking for these people.
Yes,
when you speak, yes, Jack.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, man. I'm gonna allow you to land. Because my heart is also full.
As me said,
so I'll allow you to land.
I wake up this morning and me feel. Well, not this morning, from last night, me feel it. Right? I feel it from last night. And as me say, me see every day, me see these people sit down and them come up with every single reason to chastise the police force. Every single reason they can come up with to chastise the police force. I am waiting now to hear what do they think of this incident last night. It wasn't the police who go down there. A murder. A 5-year-old. And have what? Is it an 11-year-old battling for life? And never the police do it, you know. The same people them where the police are trying to get out of our midst. It is sad to say. It is sad to say. But there are people that walks amongst us every day that we only route to peace and safety is to kill them. Them walk amongst you every day. Them sleep with your daughter, sleep with your sister. Them sit down and drink with your brother. The only way we can have peace is to kill them. And the police go walk and dig them out and kill them off on the come on social media ball. People like them, they don't feel live. They don't feel go to jail, go sit down and eat my tax dollars. The only thing my tax dollars will contribute to is to give them one little spot out of Maypen Cemetery. They're not good enough to go to cut. I made the rest. And then people there, people like Dino who's supposed to be a respected doctor living, and then people them sit down every day and defend them. And defend them. Oh, the police is this. We are getting militarized. Or the police force is becoming militarized. Caution extreme, yes. The police force is becoming too militarized because of who we are dealing with. We are dealing with some heartless people. Last year down at Cherry Tree Lane, it was what? An 8-month-old. Never soften them heart. Now a 5-year-old. Nothing no soften them heart. Why must you tell the police when you go for them now, soften your heart? When the police catch them, and me I tell you this as somebody who grew up in the garrison, so me know how them operate. When you catch, you don't even need to put no gun on them. Me say this every day. you can call me any day. Me come be a witness for you. Me tell everybody, say, me see when they pull the gun off of you. Me did see. Anytime you corner them, call me. Me we come a court, come be a witness, and me did see when them pull the gun. We not live amongst them young people, man. We don't live amongst them. Joshua.
Greetings, my brother. Good morning.
Greetings, sir.
And I also want to say good morning to Soji, the people in the chat, and on the For You page. Let me apologize. Let me apologize in advance to all the listeners because I'm going to be a little bit caustic. So let me apologize in advance to all the listeners and especially the well-thinking PNP. The good PNP who are anti-violence and anti-criminals. Let me apologize in advance to you. Because what I'm about to say is going to rub the People's National Party very badly. Not just the party, but I'm going to call names. And I really don't care who want to be upset because I mean what I'm saying and I'm not going to apologize for it. You know, when we're growing up, our foreparents used to say, show me your company and I'll tell you who you are. And whosoever you support, you're a part of the problem. And you're not just a part of the problem, you are the problem. Right? Now, I wish to God, in fact, before I wish, I would want to ask people like Dino, Hugh Blair, and these criminals, yes, who are on platform, because they're not just criminal supporters, they are criminals. The mere fact that they are supporting criminals, they themselves are criminals. Who are on platform defending their fellow criminals. If tomorrow morning they hear that one of their fellow criminals should take the life of one of their family members or even sexually assault a family member, if they would have the same tune that they are singing that the police should take them in, or would they want the police to snuff them out? If you come and hear that, listen, your wife, your daughter, your granddaughter, your daughter-in-law was sexually assaulted by one of your fellow criminals, or your father or your grandfather or your brother or your cousin who you love, their life was taken by one of your fellow criminals, would you have the same song that the police is being too militarized, and therefore they should take in these fellow criminals of yours? That's the question. Now, having said that, people like Dino and Hugh Blair are criminals. Yes, I know that this is going to reach them, and I don't care. Because the mere fact that you're supporting criminals, you yourself are criminals. Chuck never went that far, so don't blame Chuck. Blame Joshua. You are criminals. Right? You know, the hypocrisy of people like Dino and Hugh Blair and such alike is that when the police are doing their job in snuffing out the criminals, it is Andrew Holness that sent them out there. But when the praises are supposed to be heaped on the same PM that you claim that is sending out there for the reduction of crime, all of a sudden it's the police alone. And he should not receive the commendation. You can't have it both ways. Right? These are the same set of people who are on platform that their party says that they were going to pay criminals. I'm talking not just any ordinary criminals, people who shed innocent blood. $1.1 million per month of taxpayers' hard-earned money from the PNP controlled municipalities to keep the peace in Spanish Town. And it shows you the mindset of these PNP. As I said, my apologies to the non-criminal supporting PNP. If you don't support criminals, then it is not for you. But for criminals like you, Blair, and Dino, it is for people like you. And those that have that position. And I land right there.
And I agree totally that these are the people that they sit on platform every day and they rip apart the police force. The police force is this, the police force is that, the government is this, the government is that. And they encourage people. Encourage people. Yes, we have to go rise up and do this. Well, see them there. See them there. Them rise up last night and I go try to take back one little community. The little 5-year-old never do nothing to nobody. 5-year-old, he never had time to do nothing yet. So, Jay.
Chuck, morning Joshua and Chuck. I don't know where I stand, you know.
Morning, soldier.
I know exactly where I stand, and it has become a burden, you know, on me each day, knowing that I stepped away from the force. Why? When I have people like Caution and Extreme online giving criminal credence, and more PMP supporters giving criminal credence and don't know who we're dealing with. The most cold-blooded of mine criminals in Jamaica, because when they do these things, they go back and they boast. And then say, oh, this is how me do the boy, and the boy do this. When me lick him with this, I want to do this. When me lick him with this, I want to do this. These people don't know who we're dealing with when it comes to criminal in Jamaica. They don't have a clue. But one of the things is, it's a plan, Chuck. And it's been worrying my heart, it's been on my heart that we might be seeing more of this, Chuck, coming to the end of the year, to destabilize the government and to make the government look as if all what they did before was nothing. And I can say this without fear. It might be because you have a lot of people in Jamaica, Chuck, who benefit from Jamaica in the state. And they're not making any money right now because of the plans the government have put in place, and they're not going to sit down and take it. Because criminality is their bread. And don't believe it's the man who only have the gun who is the problem here I'm talking about. It is the people sitting around this. As you hear what they decided to do, give man how much, $1 million to keep peace. Keep what kind of peace? What kind of peace? It is obvious that a lot of people don't want to see Jamaica move forward. A lot of PMP people, let me put it out like that. A lot of PMP people don't want to see Jamaica go forward, Chuck. I'm telling you, a lot of PMP people, because if Jamaica go forward, they will be in the wilderness for a very, very long time. Don't believe. And for once, me don't want to tell myself, I'm not going to believe it, Chuck, that they won't do anything or anything to destabilize the government. To even think they have a chance to run back this country. I'm putting nothing beyond them. Believe me, this I said I was not going to, but I'm going to talk it out. We have to be very, very careful coming up to this period in Jamaica. The police have to be very, very active because other people have certain agendas. Other people do not want to see the country finish below 700 murders for the year. Believe me, it is what it is. So they have to be very, very careful. They have to be going to be super active coming up to year end because people have their plans, Chuck. They can't afford for it happen, Chuck. It's time for we know we stop look right away to and say some people don't want the success of the country because it mean no money in their pocket, Chuck. It mean no money in their pocket. So we have to be very careful. So you know, at least the other day I was listening and I hear these people caution extreme them talk. And I'm like, we have to get rid of these people off the street because they are biggest supporter of criminality who is putting them up. They don't know of listening like maybe a gunshot coming your way trying to take your life. They never know, they don't know of it. They've never seen it happen up front and close and personal. They don't have a clue how heartless these criminals are. They don't think twice. Then just take a Mali, drink a Magnum and a ganja spliff, and them ready for all and Sunday to take baby life, grandmother life, grandfather life, everybody life. And these are the people who are fighting to support in Jamaica that is going to bring down Jamaica. Because when you bring down Jamaica, everybody suffer. There's no food to be shared in Jamaica when crime increased. There's no food. So how can we support criminality? There's no food because people will stop coming here. People will stop the business here.
And so it's sad, but that is exactly what they want.
I know, but I know because I tell us that they will do anything to destabilize the country because they want it. Because they want it.
Soldier, you know, I have to disagree with you in a very respectful way, sir. They know. When you say that they don't know, they know. One of those dirty boys who drive a taxi who live in a central Kingston, him know my brother. Because I've been doing my investigation about him. Because I promise myself that him tell me about under my mother, any day I go to Jamaica, I have to defend that thought in front of my face. Because I go look for him. And that dirty boy who live down in central Kingston will drive the taxi. Right? He have to go defend him chat. Right? And them know what central Kingston can be like. Because that's a me born. Right? Them know say people sprawl out in the road. Them know say sometime when things are awry, and them same one come out and come demonstrate and say innocent youth and them take the innocent youth life and them know say a criminal. Right? Me and family were done. So I now put my mouth on ground and talk. Me no support them something there. And me and family were done. Right? My brother used to carry him shotgun and knapsack go JC. And me still not support them something there. Me lick out against them something there. Me cannot support them something there. Criminal for dead. So me not gonna be no hypocrite. When it suit me, me take one side, and when it not suit me, me take the other side. Right? Them know, but them just love criminality. That old man named Sydney, 2 days ago me hear him on Alive. I talk about his prime minister referring to Mark Golding. And I tell lie upon the prime minister upon him live. Right? Him and Cole and another man. I tell lie upon the prime minister upon him live. And you hear what I'm saying? Dirty Sydney. I blame Labour right and say any Labour right come upon the live. Him first I go press the button and kick them off. The same Dirty Sydney what Dujan facilitate upon him live all the while. And nobody no run him off. And the same Sydney what Dujan take up for all the while and say, boy, no, leave him alone and reason with him. And him will tell lies, say, Labour right, I got to do this to him, and Labour right, I got to do that to him. And Sydney says that them rather mash up the country and build it back when Mark Golding come in. That's what Sydney said. Right? And when the Labour right come on the live, I don't remember which Labour right go up there. You see him Cole tell the man some dirty, nasty bad word, and Diane, which was the host of the program, said, no, don't do it. To her credit. Diane said, don't do it. Right? So them know what them doing. Sydney said him rather than leaf than eat anything what Labour right provide. And them rather mash up the country until Mark Golding come in and fix it back. So you're right, Soji. It is an orchestrated plot to destabilize the country by these dirty, nasty comrades. It burned me out to say that about my fellow Jamaicans. But it's true. Them not love Jamaica. These dirty, nasty people, them not love Jamaica.
Besides, true, Joshua, comrades and Jamaicans are two different people. Comrades love the party. They're not Jamaicans.
Yeah.
They love the party.
Uh-huh.
And Soji.
See how the bus, see how the 3 IS bus were crashed within the last 2 weeks. The so-called school bus program, right? The Spanish Town to Portmore to Bayside looking bus, the yellow bus, what them did a plan for use. Or the Waterhouse to Crossroad looking bus that them did a plan for use crash. And none of them don't come out and up till now give condolence to the kids to say, boy, sorry about what happened. But them spend time a ride. Social media criticize the thing that was implemented for the protection of the youngest set of citizens of Jamaica. Huh? These dirty scoundrels that are known as comrades. Huh? It hurt me for them, man. Hurt me. Hurt me, man.
I remind you, Soji, that it was a senior member of the People's National Party that told us that they believe that whatever it takes for the PMP to be in power is deemed as good for Jamaica. Whatever it takes. That's what a senior member, Lady Scar, I haven't seen you in a while. A senior member of the People's National Party said that whatever it takes for the PMP to be in power is deemed as good for Jamaica. You're right. When the police go out there and have questionable killing, it's Andrew fault. Andrew send them, Andrew for blame. When the police preside over 40% reduction in murders, Andrew not nothing to do with it. Yes, him same one, Claudette, same one. Andrew not nothing to do with it. But when you sit down on the platform every day and you attack and you try to demoralize the police force, are them people here who willing to go in our community and murder a 5-year-old picnic.
And Chuck, just to interject, not only do they try to demoralize the police, but to demoralize them for doing their job. It's not in a case where they're not doing their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, they strengthen the arms of criminals, because when criminals know that they can do something and get the backing of their fellow criminals on platforms like these, they are emboldened to do more. Because cooperatively as a nation, we're not against them. There is the Jamaica Labour Party and the rest of Jamaica, and then there's the People's National Party and its criminal organization.
And its criminal organization, yes. Right, the criminal organization. You're right, Joshua. And as I said, when you would go so far as to believe, and you repeat it, that whatever it takes, whatever, anything, and Mickey, yes, you're right, anything don't exclude murder. For the PMP to be in power, it is deemed as good for Jamaica. That's what they say. So if they believe that Jamaica falling below 1,000 murders for the first time in over 30 years, if they believe that that is not good for the PMP, they will do their utmost best to make sure it doesn't happen. And they believe they have the brightest minds on social media that will spin anything them do into greatness. They believe that they have the brightest minds that was willing to spin anything that they do into acts of greatness. So they will go around more protest against the police force for simply doing their job. Yes, we've always said we have a police, but they're not perfect yet. So there will be missteps. And this is coming from somebody who used to call for the police force to be disbanded. That is how upset I was with the police force at a particular time. But I have seen the work. I have seen the changes. And we are reaping the rewards. 8% 2023, 19% 2024. And we are 3/4 of the way through the year in 2025. And we are at 44%. And Soldier is correct. There are those among us who don't like it. There are people walking amongst us every day that don't like these successes because they cannot benefit from it. Or they have not seen how they can benefit from it yet. And they will do everything in their power to turn it around. They will do everything in their power to turn it around because they see it not as Jamaica's success, but as the government, and we don't want the government win. That's why these very same people, in 2020, there were 14 of them, which means only 14 constituency we had to worry about. Now there is 28 of them. So we have to worry about 28 constituencies. They will go in. They will encourage war. They will encourage gun smuggling. They will encourage everything that they possibly can. Because them believe say make we mash it down. Remember, you know, it's a message that escape out of them group, you know. We will mash it down and build it back in 5 years. We will mash it down and build it back in 5 years. That's what them say. And a lie we are telling from PMB only tell us that are them intention. They will rather rule the ashes than the high rise. At that party that we are dealing with. May I look out to see when Daniel and his crew go live later to hear the discussion. If they will again be chastising the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the government of Jamaica.
You know, Chuck, that little, what's his name? The non-ed teacher. What's his name?
Shelly Ann.
No, man, the male that is always arguing with us.
Yeah, Shelly Ann.
Steve. The
Shelly
Terry
Ann
Ann.
Sanders. His name is, no, Terry Ann. Terry Ann Sanders.
Terry Ann yourself bad.
No, that is his name, Joshua. Terry Ann Sanders.
No, sir. No, sir. No, go, sir.
That is his government name, Terry Ann.
You mean a female name?
Terry Ann Sanders. That is his name.
I wonder if the parents realize what them do to the man. Name of consequences, you know. But in fairness to him, you see, in fairness to O'Keefe and Hugh Richards.
Hold on, Joshua. Hold on, Joshua. Before you say fairness to O'Keefe, I was on a platform with O'Keefe 2 nights ago. And the question was asked about Andrew Holness' children being able to afford shares in his company. And I asked, okay, then how Mark Golden Picnic can have it down and not complain. Terry and Sanders' answer was Mark Golden white. He's supposed to have things.
What?
Hold on. You never hear good, Chuck.
Sanders, aka
Chuck, you never hear good. Chuck, you never hear good.
Mark
Chuck, I'm going to
Golden
take it that you never hear good.
because him white. It is okay.
Chuck, I am going to take it that you never hear good. That's my position.
What's so good?
Terry and Sanders, O'Keefe. I hope him there. I hope him and listen. I hope somebody has screen record to say God. Terry and Sanders say.
And I would hope that you would at least give him a spot to come defend himself.
To have things because him white.
Chuck, I know you as a noble man, but in this case, you never hear good. And that's the position I'm taking until me hear otherwise.
I hope.
Joshua, you know who we are the Joshua? Them a man here. You know who we
No, I am good. No, I am going to take the position that you never hear good, Chuck. Sorry.
I want you to consider that when you are going to say in fairness to O'Keefe. You can continue now.
Boy, you almost out my fire, man.
When you say in fairness to O'Keefe, remember that.
There's no fairness to
The
O'Keefe.
man said it is okay.
None of them.
Because him is white.
Oh God, 11. So when them arguing on behalf of poor people, or so they say, they need to remain. Well, that's what them say.
That's what they say. But a trick. It's a trick.
Right, but I am saying, if you claim to be arguing on behalf of poor people, and the majority of the poor in this country is of our complexion, that means you really don't like black people. Because if you went as far as to say because he's white, then it's okay. Now we understand these are the house slaves.
Vegas start about them, Joshua. Vegas start about them every year.
Listen, no, I'm going to go beyond Vegas. Marcus Garvey and history spoke about them. The house slave, the Uncle Tom that sell out the other slave them that were trying to break free from master's grip.
The maroons. We want to lift them out. The maroons.
Morning.
Poor people being free.
Good morning, fellow liberates. Chuck, grant yourself a favor. Do not repeat anything we hear O'Keefe say. It better it stay dead.
Jalix, you never hear that.
That one.
It's hard for me to swallow. One love, you never hear that. It's hard for me to swallow that.
No, sir, I never hear it.
Me know Chuck is an honorable man. I'm not joking. Me know Chuck to be an honorable man.
If I'm not mistaken, it's either foresight or open discussion was on the live. I don't remember which one.
Why?
Hey, Chuck
Yeah.
and Sodri and John and Joshua. Uno convince said the opposition leader bipolar. Are you still not convinced?
No, he's not bipolar. He's being
When
a
is
white
it?
man.
When
Hold
is
on,
it?
sir.
When is it?
One
Him a the legislator king for Jamaica. Them say so, you know. And when is it? Him a the opposition leader.
Hold on there, one love. It's not bipolar. The man is being true to what white people do. What white people does best is 1, to unalive black people, 2, to rob them, and 3, to stifle their progress. And anything for us to progress, they're going to stand in the way. So that's not bipolarism. They're remaining true to their cause and their mission.
Of course, they're remaining true to their ancestry. That's what they do from day one, and they never change.
On the campaign trail, me hear Dana Scott Matley say they call him the legislator king. When he come on to legislation, them say him are the king. And the constitution reform, him sending as poor people, and him take them out when he feel like, and him take charge when he feel like. And him take over when he feel like, and then him dismiss when he feel like. So when you want me to the Prime Minister for? As opposition leader?
Because guess what?
Or the Constitution?
One Love, if you were listening to me before the election was called, I've been saying it months in advance that I fear, because I had gotten some insight in terms of what they had planned to do to steal some of the seats, which they succeeded in doing. And I said publicly several times that I fear that they will end up with a larger amount than they had at the time, because they'll end up being an obstructionist opposition. Those were the exact words that I used. An obstructionist opposition. And that's exactly what they intend to do. The white man and his house slave, the general secretary, right? That's their primary intention, to be an obstructionist opposition. Now the dread, because he's not a Rasta, went out like a fool because they had given him VP and him figure, boy, get a seat, and then afterwards, while being VP, I can run for presidency. But as usual, them use him. And when they no longer have use for him, then they kick him to the curb, as they have always done, and him still can't learn.
Then clip him wing. Me hear say them not trust them survey. So based on that, them not going to keep no conference, because them not know the power where the dread really have at the common conference. Yeah.
They cancel the open forum that they were supposed to have, and have a private session instead of that.
Yeah, have a private session, because they say they don't know this, them not really know the strength of the dread, because they not trust some polls.
But One Love, the agent I thought this morning, I wonder if I see him just me always know. So like a little baby. I wonder say if something joke him.
At the calm from at the in-house fight calm him, man. I know the JLP PMP election. At the in-house fight calm him.
I know.
No, because his plan backfired. That is why I'm come out. I was listening to a tape just last week from 4 years ago from the Dread. And I want to use this opportunity to speak to Jamaica again. I hear the Dread on it when these people were breaking the restrictions then during the pandemic. And at that time when they were breaking the restrictions, persons came out and disrespected the Prime Minister. Now, based on how laws are formed in Jamaica, it is not the Prime Minister in and of himself that makes laws. It is both houses of parliament in conjunction with the opposition. No one party makes laws in Jamaica. Right now, the Dread claim that Andrew lock up the man them. That's what the Dread said on the fix. Right? Came out blatantly telling lies on the Prime Minister. Right? And he continued up to this election. And I realized that this plan...
That's what I said it's all the while. I say, why is it that when you hear a pig grunt, it surprises you?
Well, I never expect that from the Dread.
Pig supposed to grunt,
and dog surprised by the grunt of a pig.
And dog supposed to bark.
And dog supposed to
the Dread was different from them. I honestly thought that the Dread was different from them. But I realized that
Joshua, I'm disappointed in you.
What?
For the first time.
Honestly, I'm not lying, One Love. Honestly, I really thought initially, because even when I was on another platform and them used to say my idiot, I used to defend him, because I thought that boy, he was a maverick and he's different from them. But I realized that he's no, as Chuck says, a pig can on the ground.
Joshua, how long you follow the Dread?
Well, I follow years now, but
me follow the Dread from Magua University,
Well, I never used to follow him that time. I must
the Dread lead a demonstration against the PGF partisan administration.
Right, and that is why I expected him to be a maverick.
Hold on, man. And Pete, after them some of what go on, them send go call the dread, you know. And the dread going to PGA as a demonstrator, you know. And come out as a born again comrade, you know.
Wow. Wow.
So from them telling me, no, say the dread dangerous.
Wow.
He
Wow.
abandon everybody when they demonstrated and come out back as a PMP.
Wow. That don't make sense, man. That means him don't know himself.
Chuck must have wear what me say.
I know. I know. Yeah, man. He went in as a warrior and came out as a member.
Wow.
So everything we get now in the party, I believe that he was promised leadership of the party at that meeting.
Yeah, I'm going to jump left on the air, come here, go find the rest. So, you know, look.
All right, Forty, big up yourself.
Yes, sir.
He was promised leadership at the party at that meeting. Yeah, man, join us, man. He's a future leader.
I can see a prime minister in you.
Yes. That's what he was told in that meeting. So he came out as a member, supporter.
So the same thing where Bustamante do to PJ Patterson by telling him that himself a leader in him and him in the wrong party. And him is a Patterson, him is a James displaying himself as a Patterson. And the same thing Patterson do to Damian Crawford. Him tell him say a leader in him. And kill him dead in going to lead.
Well, he has said it, you know, that he has ambition to lead. He never hide it. Him say he will be prime minister one day. He never hide that.
I them then the man truck go migrate.
Well, guess what? One love, I'm one step ahead of the two of you know.
You live in a country where Damian Crawford lead a prime minister.
The problem is one love. Knowing how the PMP is set up, we will never live to see that.
Chuck, me talk it from the election, the morning after the election, you know. We have interested days ahead, you know. Because everybody who have ambition to lead the national party publicly and privately, win them seats, you know. And it's a race to watch. Ian Hayes, Damian Crawford, Dayton Campbell, Peter Bunting, everybody win them seat.
No, you know, it's not going to be as chaotic as we think. Why? I guess what? You know why? All of these people are sellouts. When Mark Golden dangle one checkbook in front of them face, the whole of them go silent.
Why, Joshua? Me really want to see the outcome. And Angela Brownberg, I shouldn't leave her out.
Brownberg, what you even call her name for, man? Brownberg.
Me talk about people who have ambition to lead the party, but who come publicly and who do it privately.
Yeah, but Brownberg, don't think we stand for that. Brownberg not even know what she want. One moment she want to be one thing, and the next moment she just want to be beside Mark and look important.
Well, anyway you put it, you have interested days ahead to watch.
You know, but you know, back to the mood point where Chuck started. Chuck, you know, you mentioned something earlier that we jumped past and we shouldn't have. What I find very interesting throughout the entire election, and even more glaring this morning, it's one thing for you to take political sides, right? Because though these civic groups are actually PNP organizations, but it's another thing when lives are lost and you're just blatantly silent. This is not about taking sides now, even though indirectly it would redound to that, because if they speak against criminality, they'd be speaking against what their party love. You know? And I find Jamaicans for injustice is silent. Jump up, better known as jump. As sat down, they no longer jump up. The one what Michaela or Michael Phillips But Michaela Jackson, lead. I don't even remember the name now.
That's a NIA.
National
Integrity Action.
No, National Iniquity. Yeah?
National Iniquity asshole.
Right? Has remained definitely silent. By the way, have you ever looked at the board of the NIA yet, Chuck? The board members?
I think I looked at it some time ago, you know.
All 9 members are either directly PNP or PNP affiliates. All 9 members of the board.
Yes,
and you want to tell me that,
yes,
right? And you want to tell me that they can be objective when you don't even have a neutral person on it. I'm not even saying put a jail people on it, you know. Not even one neutral person is on it. Eh? How can you expect to be objective any at all? If you stack it with just those who will do your bidding.
Because they do not expect
Farm committee attack, Joshua.
No man, the NIA.
Oh, the NIA. Oh, the Constitution Reform Committee. Based on my assessment, Nadine Spencer going neutral and come out as a Labour rep.
No.
When she's
okay.
Yeah man, she going neutral, man. But when
Mickey,
she see,
no, you're not muted, Mickey.
when she see the hypocrisy from the PMP, she come out a Labour rep.
You're probably right. You know that's 7 out of
Mickey, you're not muted for sending a request.
You know that's 7 out of the 12 persons on the committee are either PNP, directly PNP or PNP sympathizers. And the reason I mentioned that, because I looked at the composition of the membership. I've read most of the minutes, right? And the PNP overwhelmingly had the greatest attendance. Both the direct PNP in Scott Motley and Anthony Hilton, they had the greatest level of attendance in the Constitution Reform Committee, plus their affiliates in the form of Hugh Small and other people. Right? And yet they are going to say that their voice was not being heard. Then why wasn't there an objection before?
And Dr. Lloyd Barnett.
Right. Yeah, that is why I said 7. You know, because when I did my count, you know, it came up to 7 out of the 12.
Because just right? It is in their nature to cry victim. They have to cry victim, you know.
Chuck, you know that behavior is a communist behavior, right?
Yes.
It's a socialism behavior, you know. What they do is cry, blame you know, of what they are doing, you know.
One Love, there's a document that I wanted to read. It's a very short read. The 9 Principles of Propaganda. Very, very short. It not take no time. You can read it in under 2 minutes. The 9 Principles of Propaganda, and see if you don't see the blueprint that the PNP is operating from. They have not deviated, not even marginally, from it. Not even marginally.
They're not twist it. They're not twist it. They're not try to twist it any at all or hide.
Not even marginally, they have not deviated. One of the things that upon it is that you must not give your opponent any credit. One of the things is that you must blame your opponent for everything that goes wrong.
Yeah, because water wash out Medical Associate Hospital. And them say, I that the people vote for. The PMP said that the Jamaica people vote for. Water wash.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. One other thing they also say is that tell a lie is so big that no one will even think it's a lie. That's the first principle and the 9 principles of propaganda.
And Josh,
yes, sir?
You repeat the propaganda until those people, it becomes true to the PNP followers.
I think that's number 5.
Yeah, just repeat the lies.
I think that's number 5 in the 9 principles, or 6. They have not deviated. One Love, you need to pull it up if you have another instrument and look at it.
No, I have another instrument. I actually work now. Me go do it, Joshua. Me follow advice.
Me say not even them not even try tweak
Yo,
it, you know, for make you know
I remember
side, you know.
when you came on the live a couple months ago and said that there is an association internationally named Communists. I don't remember the name off the top of my head now. And the
Socialist International, right.
Socialist International, and the PNP is a member.
Right.
And a matter of fact, at one time them dropped them out of it because PJ Patterson wasn't paying the
For
jokes.
non-payment of dues, eh?
The day I laugh after you, and after that I go do my research, and I can't believe it. So me born and growing up politics at Jamaica and never know the PMP is a member.
Okay. And they're the second member of that organization. Japan was the first.
I see you're something in a shop.
I was about to tell you that Michael Manley was one of the founding members.
Uh-huh.
Michael Joshua Manley was a founding member.
Yeah, because Jamaica was a founding member.
Japan was a
everyone.
Good morning, sir.
If I just can quickly say something quick. I've been listening to you guys, but I wanted to point out I am just even Naira or Nira. I think NRA, where you can get the national ID.
Yes.
I'm just encouraging persons looking on, go sign up for your national ID. It's at the central sorting office and go and get your things sorted out. It's a very easy process. It takes between half an hour to 45 minutes just to purify everything and sign up and get everything done, your fingerprints and everything. Go and get your national ID because it will make processing of certain things way easier than what we currently go through.
You get the ID same
that
time?
public service. Repeat that?
You get the ID same time?
No. They have to take, it's a 14-day process for them to verify all information.
Okay.
So what they do is that they check your CRN to make sure that it's correct. They check RGD. They check all your official documentation through the different organizations in the government just to make sure that everything is correct and up to date. Because remember, this one identification basically has all your information on it. This is going to be one ID that carries everything there in a chip. So I'm just encouraging persons to go out and get your thing done because this will make a lot of people complain about when you go somewhere and you get full up because of this. This will help to alleviate all those processes. So I'm encouraging everybody to go out there and get those things done. Understand? This is what we're doing. This is what the Jamaica Labour Party is doing as a government, moving us into the 21st century. All right? So big up to everybody.
All right, my boss. Big up yourself.
But Chuck, Mark Golden have a problem at the RGD office, you know. It don't look like him have anything down there, so you know.
I was rewatching a video yesterday when Mark Gordon sat in an interview and was telling I forgot the name of the podcast he was on when he was telling them that even though I own a British passport from when I was a child, I had to go stand in line to get a visa to go to the embassy. Even though I have a British passport from when I was a child, I had to go to the embassy and stand in line.
Chuck, I want to cut into what you're saying because you see what you say? You read out a whole book for who understand, you know. But if it's for those who don't understand, what you say a while ago don't mean nothing, you know. The people them we never learn civics at school, they don't have a clue what you said a while ago, you know. You have to break it down. Break it down for them, Chuck. Break it down in a common man language.
British passport from when I was a child, I had to go to the England embassy and stand in line to get a visa to go to England. Now, based on my little bit of knowledge, and I know what me having a little bit, there is no holder of an American passport that requires a visa to go to America. Same thing for Canada. Same thing for all the other countries in the world where you need a visa to go. Once you own a passport, it means that you are a citizen of said country. And by then, you need no more authorization to travel.
You're a citizen of the first world. You're a citizen of the first world organization. You don't need no visa for travel across the state border.
Right. And Mark Goldie would have sat down in an interview and said, I had to stand in line and get visa to go to England. Now, that is just a part of the blatant disregard that he would have had for the very same people that he hoped to lead.
Say lie, man. Lie. Say lie, Chuck. Say lie.
Bear in mind, you know, that it is along the same line when Isaac Buchanan would have said, the people in Portland are so dumb that I can put my plans in front of them and they will never be able to understand it.
Him say them not have the intellectual capacity to absorb anything from the manifesto. So
in other words, them don't.
Look here. Chuck, if you listen to the utterances coming out of the PNP, them have no respect for them supporters. Them know them are idiots. You see what I'm saying? No respect for them have any level of intelligence. And that is why the one they name Alvaro, them realize that the PNP them done. So you get it. Chuck, if it's a night and the moon out there and tell them say a sun a shine. They're that dumb.
Especially when Alvaro say it.
Yeah. Then Mick, if you can get me to demonstrate without knowing when me I demonstrate for, you want a bigger idiot more than me?
Especially when Alvaro say it.
Well, one love me I pass a PNP live and the PNP them I say, oh, the country broke. See the man come out and yes man, them I go, no, we see what them out do now. And them I say, and you have one, him come and caution live and name me a caution, yes, Miller 9. Miller 9 said, boy, the government are going to lay people and they want the list, I want to put the JLP them first on the list. My thing that just come and make, Mafu just come and make some suggestion, All Mafu is saying is that 50%, he said 50% of the taxes that Jamaica collects goes towards paying public sector. So the man said, all right, if you cut the public sector, you might have more money for the capital job. But that's that, look here. That's that even if them have 50% leave for the capital projects, that's still a lot of money that and so on. They don't need to cut down public sector. Them in a PNP position where when PNP finish pay debt, to pay one teacher, a doctor, a nurse, they have to go borrow money.
A loan.
Yes, you see what I'm saying? But
Rags DNG if you do it.
Yeah. The PNP them, then Alvaro know him the boy and the bus 6 months them a one bus all over the country and them a mash up Nutsford building business, Nutsford express business and them and see them run the little man them with out that business with them. So myself and the man a dictator, so myself me just typing anything because I know them will cut me and I say you say you do a lot of research, go and look up Ezra Melody and what happened to him transportation system. The man have a 10-year contract with PNP sign and in 5 years the PNP team it up. The man win him case at the Privy Council and win.
And indeed not finish collecting money.
Yes, so that's not a dictator. And you not take nothing from the man and the taxi man and bus man them still have them route and everything. You not take nothing from them. Just a
but the school bus now have nothing to do with the taxi man apart from who I carry school business.
Let me tell you this.
And most of the what me know? Me must say a rural. Me if you keep reminding them, it's a rural bus service. Rural bus service. And not in the corporate area.
While talking to a few comrades during the campaign, I was talking to a group of taximen. And the man them, this is where the people then tell me, them say, listen to it. None of we run taxi. I mean I talk about run the 3 mile, the Apple Tree to Seaview Road. He said, no, we don't like PMP because we suffer under PMP hand. But right now, majority are lean to go vote for PMP. I said, why? He said, because the man them tell we say the reason why them are bringing in so much bus because when them done, them are going to take away all of the taxi license them. Me say, what? He said, yes. He said, that is what they've been told. That them are bringing so much bus for the JUTC because them are going to take away every single taximan license. So, young people, when we said these people will do anything it takes, even at the level of dumbing down the people, lying to them blatantly, they will or they have done it. Whole heap of taximan in a whole heap of other section voted because of that. The PMP has infiltrated every single community-based group across the island. Whether it be church, even the WhatsApp group, them in the prison them, PMP them in it. Even the ones that are in the prisons, they are part of it. And they spread the lies, they spread the propaganda far and wide. And people buy into it. They never win 14 other seat because people want change, you know. They win 14 other seat because people buy into them propaganda. People buy it. From the little taxi man to the vendor downtown. Because even them group, them in the market vendor group, them the inner hit. And every chance them get, them drop one piece of propaganda and then drop one piece. And them a look who in the group I go object. That's how they work. That's how the PMP come by 49 seat. By 28 seat. That's where them do it. Right? So sometimes it's hard work, but we have to sit down and we have to take the time out and we have to try. We have to try to get rid of the lies that are being told.
Chuck, I can ask you a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Your grandmother ever tell you you must take sleep mark that?
What heap of time?
All right. So
Red lips.
what I'd like you, I don't know if you've discussed it before, but it is of concern to me that they've only maybe in the last 24 months, less than 24 months, taken control of certain parish councils, and already hundreds of millions of dollars are missing in KSMC and in Savlamar and other places I'm hearing things.
Spanish Town, in
Yes.
Mandeville.
Right. And when I said take sleep mark debt, what I mean is this. If they get control of the central government, the whole country, why people think it will be any different? It's the same. You'd be surprised how quickly the little progress that we've made so far, you'd be surprised within 2 years, the whole thing turn around. So I'm saying we need strong investigation into this corruption at the parish council level, because the parish council is just a symptom of a PNP thinking, where they believe that the resources of the country belong to them and they must use it to channel, they must use government to channel the resources to themselves and to the supporters.
Remember, you know, they have the police took Lawrence through a phone and so on. He gave them a lot of information, you know. But I don't know. I remember the mayor, he was kind of dropping a little hint like his JLP, but boy, they might see them stop, police start make some make some move and like it's JLP fall. But you know what is coming, you know. But Chuck, I remember, you know, Chuck, you know, I keep laughing to you know. I heard you and you be alive and Alvaro over there. I said the Prime Minister going to talk about reduce energy. And the people would jump up with Alvaro and you have to point out say a carbon emission the man are talking, man. Alvaro mix up them head, you know, man.
Tell you say Alvaro is them God.
But look here, Alvaro, you know what Alvaro wanted in a truck. Alvaro was seeking like, you know, accreditation and so on. For say, boy, him intelligent and so on. But when him come over here now, when him come on labor writing, him get pushed back with the nonsense. But when him go and realize when him go PNP side now, and him say any foolishness, then run with it and worship him. You see what I'm saying? It's pure nonsense him talking about.
That is why I stick to them. That is
the can't tell them any foolishness and them worship him and say, boy, Alvaro bright, you know? Alvaro and the brightest thing and so on.
He is celebrated as them brightest mind. Right? Everybody quiet, make Alvaro speak. But
hey, Mike.
I believe Alvaro is smarter than he pretend to be. He just believes that the crowd that he's in does not require much of him. So by chance,
a one-eye man is a king in a blind man country.
Blind man country, exactly.
Very good one, love.
Mike, hey, Mickey. They cut out one prong and a tree in the front of me, you know. I'm pulling the phone and have it on speaker. I know one live. And me I explain to the accountant, Mr. Ingram. And we start to calculate salary, but theme objective is not to carry out the truth, you know. Mr. Ingram, have you have a second device? He said, yeah, man, I'm right here on my laptop. And me I say, calculate if the senior constable pays $70,000 a month for taxes. Just calculate him salary. And Miss go round, and me I said to him, say, the man pays close to $300,000. And him go round and him go, at the accountant, we are talking about, you know, bear in mind. A chuck call and clear it up, you know. And when you hear Ingram talk, very eloquent and intelligent. All them do a sound good.
Yeah, man.
Them don't know jack shit.
Beautiful speaking.
Yeah, man.
Beautiful speaking is what it is called. They speak beautiful.
Again, I am saying corruption. I'm not saying that there isn't problem on the JLP side. I don't think there are saints anywhere. But corruption is in the DNA of the PNP. They believe in it, and they believe they have a right to take it. They don't see anything wrong, you know. They believe that it is their right to take the state resources.
Judge, you will hear PNP supporters say on a daily basis as you walk up and down in Jamaica, boy, me can't bother with this government, you know, because when they mean no hustling can't go on.
Right.
What is hustling?
Pilfering, thieving, man.
All right. And they believe that when the JLP is in, the hustling can't go on. And we want back to the government so we can hustle.
So I know somebody personally, and this we can give you many instances, and I'm sure you can too. But I know one guy in particular who said he had a security guard company, and he never really had a company. This is when they were running during the 18 and a half years. And what he would do is basically any event, they would give him a contract to secure the event. And all it was putting money, flowing money towards him. The man was making so much money, Chuck. If his wife's birthday, him buy her a Mercedes-Benz cash. She herself tell me that's how much money they were making. And understand, money just come out of thin air. It is state resources that the country has to borrow on the open market to fund these illicit activities. The money is not free. The people of Jamaica have to pay it back.
As we tell you, Judge, one of the things that we have to credit Nigel Clark and Andrew Holness for bringing to the people of Jamaica is simply that government don't make money out of thin air.
Right.
Everything that government finds, somebody have to pay for it.
Exactly.
Brother Goff, man, I see you in the place.
George, as
Yes.
you were saying, as you said earlier about the parish council, you know, George. I'm here, Cliff, I hear Chuck play a part of the tape yesterday, but on the Klansman, chief witness in the Klansman trial C4, so that every month the Black Man gang, the parish council, St. Catherine Parish Council, they collect 1 million from the St. Catherine Parish Council. He said that the person responsible for collecting that money was one named Retty Black. Every month them collect $1 million, the Black Man collect $1 million from the parish council. Yeah?
So the JOTC, how the JOTC came into that? Because that's why them unalive my friend Douglas. So
He was cleaning up the JUTC because them did I start it.
There was a
right.
there was a gas oil ring over the JUTC, yeah? So what them do is that them the JUTC have to buy about 3 times the amount of gas they want for the month. You hear this now? The same man them thief back about 30% of the same gas and sell it back to JUTC. So JUTC have to buy no gas from the main supplier more than maybe every 3 or 4 months.
So
You
let me
get
see
it,
if I understand what I said. Let me see if I understand. Them order more than them need. Then them thief,
Thank you.
then
To
the gang
facilitate the thief
it.
to take back some and left the regular amount. When
Right.
the regular amount run out now,
Yes.
JUTC buy back gas from the same man them. We thief the gas. The same JUTC gas of them thief.
Right. Okay.
And uno don't tell me, so me don't know what me talk about. That my JUTC. That him mash up.
By changing the
That's the main thing in mash up.
by changing the fuel, the JUTC was able to save $100 billion in less than a year.
Yes.
Because who thief the fuel, them have to go keep them there. It's like the Jamaican, them go Canada, go thief the people them gas oil, and now nobody will sell it to.
Yeah. But it really sad because I mean Douglas was a young enough man. Him have all him life ahead of him, and then decide say him better off dead than alive because of money and corruption. But it's just sad.
And George,
Yes, sir.
no because me the Chuck program, you know. And you know, Chuck is a man that go back in history too much to expose certain things.
Him always go back to
Yeah,
history, man. Him always go back to history. Him always give the foundation.
You know,
Chuck always give the foundation.
Way
Everything
back.
him say.
Lord have mercy. Chuck, what you say me now what I said. Make it stay.
No, but Chuck no.
It's too strong. It's too strong for public for the year.
But one love. Chuck not
Yeah.
just be listen to Chuck all the while. Chuck not just take idea out of the ear. Him always lay the foundation for when.
No, me know that. Me know that much. But Chuck is a man that him lay the foundation, but he not going too much at the detail of the history. Chuck more fine present day politics, so me can't blame him. And Chuck me not you know, a your style.
But Chuck, one love.
Yeah.
The man, the witness, you know, C4 said that black man was planning to murder, to unalive the MP, Dennis,
The MP.
and the councillor for the De La Vega division, but he never want to do it in a Spanish town. He want
He want to do it out of the
Lindsay,
yeah, he want to do it out of the town.
yeah, no, you don't hear that a JLP do that, you know. A PNP councillor and MP, they're the most JLP, man. You see what I'm saying? No. No, I was reading an article, you know. I came across an article the other day. It was saying that the inquiry, there was a
they look like you can read. You can read, man.
yeah, man. There was an article, you know, one love. I was reading an article where it said there was an inquiry into the evening side of fire. But they said some people now from jungle, they didn't want to testify on camera. And they go on camera I think it was a small inquiry. I think they said the men that burned down that place, them know them give the name, them come from Arnett Gardens. Them say what happened, you know? That information them try to suppress it still, you know. You know? So the man, so the PNP them as the man, as Bobby Peter Skill say, you know, anything.
Whatever it takes.
Right. anything don't exclude murder or even sacrificing a few of them own, you know. Anything that will lead or cause them to be in power.
Remember, one of them former general secretary said it is nothing to crack a couple skull to build a nation. You know?
Yeah.
Whatever it takes for the country to be in power is being good for Jamaica.
Because we should be inside fighting, not outside fighting to come in.
like when Umar saying run with it, the man said, listen, as a Bavika kill, we can't hold there. I wonder what yeah. It's best we inside, so no worries, we have to carry a kit.
Yeah,
stay inside and carry it.
We fix it later. We know the damage, and when we in, we can fix it.
And the same run with the statement that coming in, Judge. Mike.
Yeah. Now that we in, we can fix it.
We inside, we can stay inside and fix it. We don't want to stay out the door and I wonder we see a God do. Run with it and fix it after.
Omar Davis, one of the most reckless and irresponsible ministers of finance this country has ever seen. I'm not afraid to talk that. He's reckless.
I tell you now, a man said a thing to me one day, and I never think of it until he said it to me. And he said it to me. He said, until you, that I mean, and chaps. Go ahead, Lisa, you can ask. He said, until you and chaps started talking about PSAC in detail, whole heap of people did not know how dangerous it was. Whole heap of people never know how dangerous PSAC was and what PSAC caused this country.
That's true, Chuck. Because we don't have a appetite for current affairs in Jamaica. You know?
No.
Chuck. And you know, Chuck, I go beat all the shot them to make the PNP them get out. Listen, they can't give out thing that they cannot say them I give people bailout. Some PNP bailout. I know it's not name to it, man. What they did, you know, they put a little name, put two Audley and Mike and you get a little bailout.
No, it will not. No, it will not, Lisa. Portmore is a parish already, you know. That law has been passed. It's just at the boundaries now needs to be drawn. But it's already deemed a parish. So there's no turning back the process. Go ahead, Nikki.
Yeah, all right. Now listen, Chuck. After the Fins, they set up FinSac and took over the debt. They start giving write-offs and bailout to PNP, but you can't say who getting these bailouts and so on. All right? So, all right, they put certain name in it. They'll put certain name. Like, I was looking, all right, me look on this thing here. It's according to a list dated December 2001 and addressed to Patrick Hilton, then FinSac Managing Director, Douglas O'Rain received 112 million write-off and a 116 million loan balance. Another debtor name as Hugh Gray as his 325 million debt dropped to 30 million. Now, this Douglas O'Rain is not really the one from Grace Kennedy. That's what he was cleared. He's cleared up that. All right.
I think it's his father.
No.
Had a door company.
No, what that mean? One Love. When the thing came out, I'm reading it. The article came out because he was clearing up. He said, "Listen, him father had a company." With the father name. Yeah, so the father sold the company in 1983. They had nothing to do with it. So I'm saying the persons that bought the company didn't change the name.
Me have two pieces of the machine that come out of it right now.
Yeah, him said they didn't change the name. They didn't change the name. The person didn't change the name. So it's not him. You see what I'm saying? Because it's with Grace Kennedy chairman Douglas O'Rain last night denied that he owed a debt to FinSac. After yesterday's sitting of the inquiry, but it wasn't him. It was the person. It may explain. The person, yeah, the father sold the company.
Look here now, let me give you more detail. Like, his father had a door company at the end of Walton Park Road, almost when you reach Spanish Town Road. And his father sold the door company to some other people. I'm not going to call them name. So two brothers. The two brothers they didn't change the company. They run along with the same name and same and the business in his name same way. So
Yeah.
them get the bailout.
Yeah, because you're correct. You're correct. You know about it. 'Cause he explained that his mother and father started a business under the name Douglas C. Orain Limited, which was named after his father, Douglas Clear Orain, who is now deceased. The company, said the Grace Kennedy chairman, manufactured doors, windows, and parquet flooring for many years until it was sold in 1983 as a going concern. He said the new owner, he said, continue operating the company under the same name, Douglas C. Orain Limited. Neither my mother, my father, nor I have any control of the company since 1983, over 26 years ago. So when it came out, he had to come out and clear up that. But listen, as I was saying now, all right, listen to all this now. Listen to this now. All right, so the FinSac, yeah. So the FinSac documents I show some people get right off, you know. But the ones them that get the bigger right, you know, they don't put them name. All right, like they said, the list, yeah. The list of people having portion of their debt forgiven also include Paul's investment boss, Kingsley Cooper, who had 24 million of his 36 billion loan forgiven. But the revelation of extensive write-off of some debtor left David Wanking, attorney at law, representing the Association of FinSac Entrepreneur, questioning criteria used to determine who received write-off. You know? But yeah, let me just,
remember that their very own was complaining that him couldn't get right off, you know.
Yeah, but Chuck, remember, you know, before they sold it, the debt, before they sold it to Jocelyn, what they were doing, you know, is writing off the PNP, looking for PNP and write off them debt, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And then they sold what leave now to Jocelyn. After they take out the PNP, them out of it. But you can imagine, you know, a man have a
Mickey,
hey,
Mickey, hold on little. Mickey, hold your task a little, because you read from something. You jump over a very important part. The Billy Craig Bank from down Montego Bay. They gave it a substantial bailout. You know why? Because them see one take over the man bank in less than 2 months.
Yeah, man, and
so they give the bank the bailout and when they take over the bank.
Capitalize it. And thing. You can imagine a construction company had a $326 million balance and that reduced to $4 million. Down by a whopping $322 million right off.
They gave the name of the construction company?
No, they're not. That's what I'm saying, one love. All right, when it is a PNP, you can't know it is PNP, they don't give the name. You know? The one, because it's a big portfolio of people who got bailed out, but they're not. But this is taxpayer money. All right. Now, when the government took over, these documents should be there. Or them allow the PNP them to shred all of them documents, and nobody know who get them, get the bailout and so on.
Remember, Mickey, that when they lose the election in 2007, there was a massive shredding of document that took place at the Ministry of Finance. It came over the news, you know, that they were there shredding documents like crazy.
And Chuck, and I remember in the same time, they allowed the RGR Communication Group to buy out JBC. So all the archive where they are JBC, RGR own it and destroy when they want to destroy it. Anything if you implicate the PNP, then get rid of it.
Because remember, the one love, we never know about the steel mill. I think that Maraj, remember about it, you know. I don't think Maraj have some knowledge about it. When they sold the steel mill. So they get rid of a lot of documents, shred a lot of documents. All they should let them get away with that.
And people to understand that what happened, the Jamaican people need to understand that what happened is that the debt, when they give them the bailout, the debt still remains. It got rolled up in the national debt.
Yeah, man, taxpayers have to foot it, man.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the taxpayers have to foot it.
And Judge,
that is a transfer of wealth.
Judge, you sound like a deep thinker, you know. You realize it's the same time they take out civics out of school? So
Yes, yes,
people now no
yes, yes.
interest in a structural governance in Jamaica again.
Keep
One love,
We don't
people,
realize.
yeah, yes,
We don't
man.
realize that
one
it was
love,
strategically
Yeah,
done.
yeah,
one love.
yeah, I hear you.
I'm glad you went there, George. Good day. I didn't greet you, sir. I'm glad you went there because the next topic I want to touch on is the suspension of that doctor. But before that, you mentioned something earlier about the RJR group. I will tell you something that I got from the daughter of a brigadista who will remain nameless. Right? She told me with her own mouth that her father was a brigadista. And you remember when JBC was set ablaze? When JBC went up in flames?
Man,
Remember that?
they know the same reason why them burn down Mandeville tax office too.
Right, but I'm speaking specifically of JBC.
Come on.
The daughter of the brigadista told me that her father told her that they were instructed by the party to burn it to get rid of information. They were instructed by the party. This is the daughter of a brigadista. She told me with her own mouth.
Me think the fire there was an accident. Me think it was an accident. Thanks to the information.
I thought so too until she told me. And this wasn't a phone call. This was a face-to-face conversation we were having when she told me. She told me this approximately about 2017, 2016, thereabouts. She told me this. Face-to-face. I thought it was an accident until she told me that her father, who was a brigadista, was instructed by the party to light JBC to get rid of evidence.
So after although Mr. Spalding did acquire the business, they never secure all the documents.
Well, obviously, if they were supposed to do that, remember, brigadistas are trained in certain guerrilla tactic,
Guerrilla warfare.
Right, and that is why Lambert Brown was able to do what he did.
Survival and guerrilla warfare.
Right, that is why Lambert Brown was able to do what he did, and you and I know what he went to court for. By the way, I hear Orin Cole on the same live, Diane live the other day, talking about criminality and people who have been taken to court and how them do have integrity. Orin Cole need to tell people why he was taken before the courts when he was charged. He was charged to stealing 1.5 million of liquor. Him and an ex-accomplice. Right. It's there in the public.
But because they never have personal marks on the liquor, them use it as a leeway and them liar and him escape. Them not go to prison.
Right. So when Orin Cole is going to talk about people being charged for criminal activity and they don't have any moral standing and integrity, he needs to come clean on his apprehension and charge for that act. Right. Now, having said that, I hear the PNP running with a narrative and pertaining to the doctor. And I hear an interview on Colin Bell, aka Shaka Fame, claiming that the doctors are not public servants. Let us give it the simplest form of who a public servant is. A public servant is one who works for the government. Right? So if you're paid by the government any at all, you're a public servant. It doesn't matter what act you fall under.
The rubbish truck, the garbage collector is a civil servant.
Right. And if the doctors are not public servants, then the salary thing that was done the other day, the adjustment of salaries, then the doctors need to return all of that money to the government.
And the lawyers who are employed by the doctor.
Joshua.
By the government, sorry.
One love, Joshua.
Yes.
One moment there, Mickey. Since the argument is around the doctor that doctors are not public servants, then I am saying that if they are not, then all of the doctors need to return the increase that they receive from the government. Because none of the hospitals, well, let me not say none of them, these hospitals, the majority of the hospitals in Jamaica are government run, as opposed to in the States where the hospitals are all private. Right? But go ahead, Mickey.
Joshua, that is what I was saying, you know, and even and that's what One Love and Chuck and I was saying, they don't have any respect for the intelligence level of their supporters. Because you know that he's talking nonsense, you know, but Shaka Bell knows that thousands of PNP supporters by what he's saying, you know.
He knows that supporters, you know, and that is why what One Love said a while ago was so critical about the removal of civics from school. Because people no longer are able to demarcate between the different arms of government and where people fall. Right? Because
it's not only civics. If Joshua, you sound like in your 50s. Remember, we used to have general knowledge, current affair, and civics.
Right. Right? And they have taken all of that away, and it's deliberate because if you keep the people ignorant, then you're able to lie to them.
What Joshua, the other day, me say Alvaro made a post. I have to go and make a comment on that. I have to say, listen, man, on the whole, we have PNP, you know. We have intelligent people in Jamaica, you know. The man I make a post, a stupid post like we're idiot. Like people, we know people catch PNP. There are intelligent people still in Jamaica. So when they make them post, they make it for PNP fools, you know, who can't read and think.
But as I tell you, it just falls to the level of respect where they have for them people.
Yeah.
And a reading of them problem in a Mickey.
Comprehension.
Comprehension of them problem.
Yeah. And sometimes they're willingly ignorant to, you know, One Love, because you see, if they admit that they know the thing, then it demands accountability, which they aren't willing to do.
And it will discredit them. It will discredit them point.
Yes. And they cannot afford to be held accountable. Because if you're held accountable, then all the narrative that you have been pushing now becomes null and void. You know, I have a friend, you see, he lives in New York City. And last week he sent me a video. Now, this is a highly educated guy. I'm not talking no ordinarily educated guy. It's one of the few persons, and he knows that. He's my brethren. When he had COVID at my yard, him sleep because his wife did sick. His wife did have cancer. Right? And nobody never did ever look about him. So at my yard, him sleep. That's how close me and the man move. He's also a farmer co-worker. Plus a church brother. To show you where me and the man coming from. And he's one of the few persons that when I'm talking to him, I have to explain and break down to a microcosmal level to say, hey, this mean that and that mean that. I feel comfortable just being my normal self. Right? And this guy,
Comrade Hat.
that's where I'm going now. One Love. This guy sent me a document talk about oil finding a